What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. Well, here we are Sunday before the Arnold Classic 2016. So we got, I think prejudging takes place Friday night. So you got what, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So you got about 5 days out from the Arnold Classic. I'm actually a little late on getting my picks out this year, usually about 2 weeks out. I'll start making my picks and making my my educated guesses. That's who's going to place where. And actually, the past few years I've been doing the YouTube thing, I've actually been pretty close to the standings. Even though some people seem to disagree who's going to place where, my picks are still pretty much where they're, where they're placing. So, without further ado, we're going to go top 10 for the Arnold Classic. Now, I have been kind of watching some of these guys on Instagram, some of these guys on, Facebook, on YouTube, whatever the case may be. Here's the thing. You could look phenomenal a week out and look like shit the day of the show and fucking blow it completely. Or you could look like shit a week out and then completely blow it on the show day. So it really depends on who shows up. And I think if, pound for pound, if someone shows up better than another person, they're way off. Of course, their placings could change. Now, top 10. Number 10, Max Charles. I don't know too much about this guy. I had to look him up. Don't know what kind of shape he's going to be in. But in this lineup at the Arnold Classic, which technically I don't think it's, been out there promoted as the second best pro show in the planet. But it is. You got the Olympia, then the Arnold. That's just how that goes. Number 9, Johnny O. Jackson. Now, Johnny's a little smaller than some of these guys, and he usually lacks in the leg department. But, in the last couple of years, he has had this incredible thickness from the back, and his condition has been pulled in quite a bit from the past, too. Juan Burrell. Again, this guy is hit or miss. He's usually in really good shape. He's taller than some of the other guys, so it's going to be hard to figure out, height-wise. If they stood him next to Tony Freeman, who's also in the show, those guys would compare together well. So would Cedric McMillan, but you're looking at other top guys that are going to be at this show that I feel like are just a tier above him that I don't even think he's going to get compared to be quite honest with you. Evan Centopani. Now, Evan has a kind of been known to look great about a week or 2 weeks out, and then the day of the show look nothing like he did 2 weeks out. This happened last year, the year before, a couple of years ago. I think it was the Arnold Classic. He was looking hard and grainy and dry, vascular, and the day of the show, he looked terrible. So, who knows what will happen there. Cody Montgomery is a new kid. I think he's going to be one to watch in the next couple of years. He won the Teenage Nationals, I believe, 3 times in a row, which is like unheard of. Then won the Collegiate Nationals. And, I think, honestly, I don't know if he's going to, again, if he's super sharp and some of these other guys like Centopani, Juan Burrell, Johnny Jackson, Max Charles are off, I do feel like he could beat them. However, all of them being 100% on, who knows? Tony Freeman. I can see him in the top 5. That's number 5. Tony's consistent. He's had some time off. He never really gets out of shape. I've always seen him very, very lean. I don't know if it's possible that he could get out of shape. But the thing is, Tony's age, I think he's like 47, 48, 49, whatever the case may be, he doesn't really show on him. Size-wise, he doesn't really need any more size for his height. Condition-wise, he's usually there. It just depends that in symmetry, the guy's got great symmetry. So it just depends on, where his conditioning can be, and it depends again whether he nails it or not. Cedric McMillan. Now, I just saw him last night. He competed in the Livroni Pro Classic out in Poland. Now, from the pictures that I saw personally, I thought Branch was harder than him. Branch, I think, got 2nd or 3rd. There was some other guy in the mix, but I thought Cedric was actually pretty smooth on stage. But he has the size, he's got the symmetry, he's got the shape, he's got everything except technically the conditioning. So technically, if you add them all up, all those numbers of those things beat conditioning. But we'll see, in the lineup at the Arnold, you're going to have all those things plus the conditioning on top of it. 3rd place, excuse me. Cedric was 4th. Cedric McMillan was 4th. Branch Warren, 3rd place. Now, some people will disagree with the fact that they say Branch sucks, blah, 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 blah. He looks like a troll. He looks too thick. His waist is too thick. You can knock him for whatever reasons you want to knock him. The judges like him. Period. That's all there is to it. He is going to get looked at. He's a former Arnold Classic champion. He's 2nd at the Olympia. He is one of the top guys for years now. He's super consistent, comes in super grainy. You never see the guy out of shape. He is going to get looked at. I do feel like he's going to be in the top 3. Now, top 2. Here's my pick for the top 2. 2nd place, Justin Compton. I do feel like Justin does have what it takes to win this show. But again, just like in the past with some of these other guys, he is super dry and grainy for some reason, like 2 weeks out. And then just barely, not as bad as some of the other guys, but just barely loses that crispness. And I think it has to do with water, them pulling water, diuretics, all that bullshit. And, he keeps the fullness, he keeps the size. And he is lean, don't get me wrong, and he has good shape. But to topple a first place Kai Green, I don't feel is going to happen. I feel as long as Kai comes in and he's in shape, he did get ready for the Olympia, did not compete at the Olympia for whatever the case may be. And, you know, in that, leading up to that, though, there was quite a few pictures and videos of Kai downsized. So that, you know, Kai did take some time off, maybe from training, maybe from, you know, eating all the food, you know, the drugs, whatever the case may be, let his body rest. And I do feel like we are going to see a better Kai Green at the Arnold than we did in the past. I do feel like this is going to be Kai's best showing. I feel like he knows that he has a lot to prove by skipping the Olympia, stepping up into this competition, as well as launching the dynamic supplement line that he has now. I feel like he does have something to prove, and I feel like he feels like he let a lot of his fans down, and this is his chance to come back, guns blazing, win the Arnold, keep pushing the dynamic nutrition, and head back into the Olympia again this year, if he chooses to. I don't know what the deal with the Olympia and him is. Head back into the Olympia again as that forerunner to give Phil Heath a run for his money. Again, it becomes the Kai and Phil show all over again. So I feel like the Arnold right now really is, everything is hinging on it for Kai, and I don't feel like he's going to come in out of shape. I don't feel like he's going to come in fat. I don't feel like he's going to come in bloated. I don't feel like he's going to come in not, you know, super sharp. I feel like he's going to do everything he can to come in super sharp, because he's already got all the size that he needs to beat all these guys that are actually on the roster. He just needs to make sure that he's crisp. And let's face it, it's Kai Green. He can be shredded if he wants to be. So, that being said, that's my top 10. Kai Green, first place. Justin Compton, second place. Branch Warren, third. Cedric McMillan, fourth. Tony Freeman, fifth. Cody Montgomery, sixth. Evan Centopani, seventh. Juan Morel, eighth. Johnny O. Jackson, ninth. And Max Charles, 10th. Now, depending on who comes in shape and who doesn't, if something happens in the prep, whether they fuck up the diuretics, or they fuck up the insulin, whatever the case may be, these could change. But I see all of them coming in at 100%. That's probably where they're going to play. So, I will see you guys there. I'll be at the Primeval booth on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all 3 days. Booth number is 710. Make sure I get this right. 710. It's actually going to be towards the front when you walk in the expo center. It's going to be towards the front, so that as soon as you walk in, you should be able to see us right there. We're going to have tons of giveaways like we did at the LA Fit Expo. That really popped off really well. We gave a bunch of stuff away. We made sure that we got, you know, a lot of the new stuff that was out was on the table. We'll have the Super Laxa, we'll have the 4 Andro, we'll have the 1 Andro, we'll have the Andro Quad. Andro Quad actually sold out last time at the LA Fit Expo in like 15 minutes. I don't know. We weren't even advertising. I don't even know who knew about it, but it sold out like that. Like, next thing you know, I walked up to the booth and they're like, oh, we're sold out Andro Quad. So we'll have specials going on, giveaways, all kinds of shit. Come see us. I'll be there. Jonathan Irizarry, as well as Casey Mitchell, with that one-legged monster, will be there. We got Danny, Danny Rearin, who's actually competing in the Arnold, will be there. We have, who else? Ariel Ken. I can never say her name right. Sorry about that, Ariel. But she'll be there. She was the youngest fitness pro ever to turn IFBB pro back a few years ago. We'll all be there hanging out, so come see us. So that's my picks. Kai Green is going to win again. BioStraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biostraining.com is a blog. It's the Kai Green is going to win bicep, and we're out.